was in Colonial sports, including the magical men's basketball run, the volleyball team going undefeated in the Northeast Conference, and we'll take to the ice one final time. So keep it right here, because Colonial Sports Center is next. There we were, now here we are. This is Colonial Sports Center, the final episode of the semester. I'm Chris Baginski, alongside Ed Albert. And Ed, you know, it was quite the year in Colonial sports, and we're going to be talking about that a bit today.
That it was, Chris. You know, highs and lows for every team, and we're going to run you through it all. But first, we're going to show you a little bit about stuff that's, you know, going on still currently.
Let's start with a high.
Yeah, the high, of course. As you're all aware, the men's lacrosse team is really, really good. That being said, other teams have just been a little bit better lately, like the Delaware Fightin' Blue Hens. These two conference rivals went head-to-head on Saturday, and it is our pleasure to show you how that game transpired. Kyle, take B. And okay, here you see how this game fared out. Delaware won this game 12 to 10, Chris. Robert Morris did eventually outshoot them. Now we'll get this highlight for you very shortly if we can, but star of that game you see there for Robert Morris is Kyle Buchanan with 4 points, and also Trevor Moore had a presence in this game. But it was really all Delaware all the time, and the Colonials didn't make it back, you know, until about the second or third quarter. Yeah. And so, you know, it was a rough game for the Colonials, but you know, you got to take your licks.
Okay, well, it is pretty obvious that Brianne McLaughlin will go down as one of the greatest players in the young history of the Robert Morris University women's hockey program. She has finished her career as a Colonial, but she wasn't done on the ice just yet. Ernie Bernard has more.
Looking at their conference records, right? Sure enough, one of these teams will go to
quarter now. It's going to be Martin Cowhill. He's going to come down here and tickle the twine. He had 4 goals and an assist. Now Mark Stevenson, he's going to get a goal. That's on one of his 6 shots of the day. And then it's going to be Kevin Kaminsky. He's going to come down here and look at that shot right around the goaltender. And now they're up 3-0. 10 seconds after, the Colonials made it 3-1. It's Grant Kalu. He puts that one away to make it 4-1. And as we said, the Colonials would come back, but the Fightin' Blue Hens were too much and just couldn't get the job done that day. It's pretty obvious that Brianne McLaughlin will go down as one of the greatest players in the young history of Robert Morris University women's hockey. She has finished her career as a Colonial, but she wasn't done on the ice yet. Ernie Bernard has more.
This past Friday, the NCAA skills competition was held in Washington, D.C. And senior netminder from the women's ice hockey team, Brianne McLaughlin, was one of the participants, and she had a simple strategy for this event.
Well, my dad told me before I came out here, don't embarrass the family. So that's what I tried to do, but oops.
The last time Brianne played a game was on Friday, March 6th versus Wayne State in the CHA tournament. And that means she had a lot of rust to knock off in the morning skate.
Hard to get back into it. We had a little skate this morning, but I think I needed a little more practice.
The NCAA save record holder was in 2 events, rapid fire, and also the penalty shot. And that was the event everyone was talking about.
Well, I knew they were going to try to do something fancy, but so I was trying to stay up as long as I could, but it was a little slippery. I kept slipping into the net. I scored 2 of those on my own.
But this performance at the house of Alexander Ovechkin did help this small school from right outside of Pittsburgh to get some attention in the hockey world.
We got a little publicity. A couple of people here is asking where Robert Morris was. So maybe get a little publicity for Robert Morris.
Doesn't matter. Right.
McLaughlin did not have the best of days. She did give some much-needed attention to Robert Morris University. From the Verizon Center, Ernie Bernard, Colonial Sports Center.
You got to roll with it, just like Steve Winwood says. And so that's what we're going to do. We're going to bring you some women's volleyball recap from the season.
And they had quite the year, didn't they?
They did. Stormrolled through the Northeast Conference.
Yeah, stormroll, that's a nice term.
And then after that, we're going to show you what happened in men's hockey during this season. And then we're going to move on to men's basketball. We're going to give you the 3 best teams. And then we're going to show you what happened and why they were the best teams of this year. Stay tuned. You don't want to miss what's next.
Right down to football. Price a whole lot more on this season. But I can't go back now. And I doubt that our Dean Taylor.
That is great.
Colonial Sports Center. You ready?
Shut up! Things have been a little stressful around here lately, and the Colonial thought it'd be a good idea to do some Tai Chi.
This week in Colonial Sports, the words.
Next. She just looks amazing. I can't believe how did she lose all that weight after I am? Oh, excuse me. Today on Colonial Sports Center, we'll have an interview with Next. Next.
Colonial Sports Center. You ready?
During the regular season, the Colonial volleyball team was arguably the most successful team on campus this fall. They won the Northeast Conference by going undefeated against conference foes. Then they got into the first round of the NEC tournament and lost to St. Francis. But let's go back to happier times when the Colonials defeated that same Red Flash team. And Rob Thomas, NEC Coach of the Year.
I thought he was a singer, Chris.
Oh, he is too for Matchbox 20, but that is a completely unrelated Rob Thomas. The Colonials were not perfect. They can't even get it over the net and through the Red Flash front line that time. But Alyssa Bennett gives them a taste of their own medicine with a block, and she's a freshman, so she will be around for a while. One big player on the team was outside hitter Emily Wolfus, and her influence will be with this team for quite a long time. And here's another younger player. Sophomore middle blocker Amanda Graham can do much more than block, as she showcased right there. Now Cassie Lee makes certain that none shall pass as she makes a block right there.
Where?
Right here.
That's what I thought.
And the Red Flash did stuff too, like this. Ho hum, ho hum. But let's go back to the good guys, or the good girls in this case. Wolfus makes her presence known yet again, and the Colonials win that one. Unfortunately, they would not be as lucky in the NEC tournament. They were 20-8, undefeated in conference play, and the NEC champions. And with more on this very same volleyball team, here is our own Justin Downs.
Well, it was a historic season for the women's volleyball team as they finished 19-10 overall and a perfect 8-0 in the Northeast Conference. However, as high as the team's emotions rose, they fell just as low. After going 18-11 and placing second in the conference for the fourth year in a row in 2007, the Colonials were selected third in the 2008 preseason coaches poll. Highlighting the returning players were All-NEC first-team selection Amanda Graham and second-team selection Emily Waltice. Joining them was All-NEC tournament selection Cassie Lee and senior libero Elena Gibson. All season long, the Colonials used their incredible combination of experience and talent to dominate conference play. The Colonials had production from every class and every position on the floor. A pair of 6'1" freshmen in Hannah Veith and Alyssa Bennett wasted no time in buying into Coach Rob Thomas's system and quickly solidified the middle of the court. It seemed at times like the Colonials simply couldn't be defeated. After 4 years of finishing second and earning the right to host the NEC tournament, it was first place or bust in 2008. But for the Colonials, the tournament ended just as fast as it started, as they were bumped off by St. Francis of Pennsylvania after a first-round bye. All the squad can do now is turn the disappointment into determination as they turn the page and look ahead to a fresh start in 2009.
You gave us shade and light. You create mood and substance. How can I take a bite?
There's still much more to come on Colonial Sports Center, including a look back at the roller coaster ride that was the men's hockey season. Stay tuned.
Colonial Sports Center. You ready?
Rowing is the ultimate team sport. The Robert Morris University women's rowing team is looking for walk-ons. If you're strong, athletic, and have a great attitude, we'd love to have you on the team. You have nothing to lose.
I'm David Dietrich.
And I'm Susan DeFino.
Our extension is 3-8. Next stop.
Colonial Sports Center. You ready?
The Colonials men's ice hockey team had a great season, mainly by playing great teams such as the Ohio State Buckeyes and the Bemidji State Beavers. The latter team was beat by the Colonials in February and March, but would go on to beat the Colonials themselves in the CHA title game. We'll go back, though, and show the Colonials in one of the better games against the Beavers. Okay, you're going to see the Beavers and the Colonials going at it here. This one's back on Valentine's Day. There's the ceremonial puck drop down at the Clearview Arena. Now, first period, RMU is on the power play. Nathan Longpre sends it over to Chris Margot. He finds the back of the net. Let's take one more look at this one because it's so good. Watch that right there, top shelf. Picks it right high on Matt Dalton. But it was Jamie McQueen here, no relation to Steve, on the breakaway. And Brooks Ostergaard says no, not once but twice. And now moving on to the second period, Bemidji State with more opportunities, but Brooks Ostergaard stellar all night. He had 32 saves. End of the third period, here comes Jason Towsley coming down the boards, cuts to the net, and makes Dalton miss, and that one right into the back of the net. What a beautiful goal. And then with the Beavers, with the goalie pulled, Ron Kramer adds the empty netter, and the Colonials roll 3-0. What a beautiful, beautiful game that was. And there you see their final record, and as I mentioned earlier, the Colonial Hockey Association championship game, and Chris Margot, and now a member of the Wheeling Nailers, and look at, they are. Maybe he could be the next up-and-coming Penguin. But with more on this team, we send it over to our own Justin Downs. Justin?
Well, it certainly was an exciting season. And when you talk about the 2008-2009 Robert Morris men's hockey team, the one word that comes to mind is perseverance. After losing a whopping 15 players, more than half the team to graduation, head coach Derek Schooley was left with a young, inexperienced hockey squad to fulfill rising expectations for a program entering only their 5th year of competition. Without a proven goaltender and lacking chemistry on offense, the Colonials got off to a rocky start, going 5-17-4 through their first 26 games. Desperate for a change of fortune, Schooley made a switch between the pipes. In mid-February, freshman goaltender Brooks Ostergaard provided just what the doctor ordered, including a goals against average of 2.57, a 91.7 save percentage, and 2 shutouts. All of a sudden, everything seemed to fall into place. The offense, fueled by RMU's all-time points leader, senior Chris Margot, and sophomore forward Nathan Longpre, propelled the Colonials to a 7-game unbeaten streak, the longest in school history, heading down the stretch. Unfortunately, the team's hot streak ended when they fell in the second round of the CHA playoffs to the eventual Frozen Four semifinalist, Bemidji State Beavers. The Colonials will say goodbye to 4 seniors, including Margot, who was picked up just weeks after the conclusion of the season by the Wheeling Nailers. But with Nathan Longpre, Denny Urban, and Dave Cowan returning, and a rising star between the pipes, the Colonials are poised for a strong season as they make the transition to American hockey next year. Well, the hockey team had a great late season run, but so did another Robert Morris team. Don't go anywhere. We've got men's basketball highlights coming your way right after this.
Right down to football. Bryce, a whole lot going on this season. But I can't go back now. And I doubt that our Dean Taylor...
That is great.
Colonial Sports Center. You ready?
Oh, look at that ball. Look at that ball. Green also tries to utilize the hill, but his rebound is just a little short. Indeed, indeed. We're going to say that Orange is probably the best shot so far in the hole. The shot for Parr just lips the hole so close. Quiet in the audience. Quiet, please.
Just wide.
Just a bit outside. It was such a tight shot. But he'll just be able to tap it and get a 3, get a par.
Following the years of Mark Schmidt, a young coach with a heart of fire took over the Colonials men's basketball team. In Mike Rice's first 2 seasons, he has won the NEC regular season title twice, and this year the Colonials claimed the conference tournament as well. And the way they did it was magical. And this footage courtesy of ESPN
Mount St.
and
Mary's,
Walt
Robert
Disney.
Morris for the Northeast Conference automatic bid. Jeremy
And,
Chappelle, Robert Morris.
well, note that we actually got permission to air this. Anyway, there's some deliberation as there are too many men on the floor, and the Mount
do that, Chris. It's against the rules.
You know, I'm getting a sudden case of deja vu all over again.
So am I.
And that's a technical foul. But anyway, Jeremy Chappelle, 4-3 from downtown, which is where you shoot threes from.
Really?
Yes, and we all know about Dallas Green. That shot we have seen again and again and again, and that is an iconic moment in the history of this program. And the Colonial basketball team finishing with a record of 25-9. They are the NEC champions. They were the 15th seed in the NCAA tournament. We also know what happened there.
You can't say enough about Mike Rice either. That guy is one heck of a coach.
Said it once and I'll say it again. I'd take a bullet for the man. One final time, here's Justin Downs.
Thanks, Chris. Hard work, dedication, and sacrifice. The 3 founding principles of a young head coach who in his first year exceeded all expectations and completely redefined Robert Morris men's basketball. In 2007, the team finished with a record of 25-8 and even made an appearance in the NIT. In his second season, Mike Rice raised the bar even higher and pushed his team to do the unthinkable. Led in the backcourt by senior NEC Player of the Year Jeremy Chappelle and NEC Defensive Player of the Year Bateko Francisco, the Colonials cruised through conference play, easily snagging the #1 seed in the Northeast Conference. With home court advantage throughout the NEC playoffs, the Colonials made short work of St. Francis, New York, and Quinnipiac, setting the stage for a potential NEC championship as well as an NCAA tournament bid. With the Colonials and Mountaineers tied at 46 and just seconds remaining, forward Dallas Green made history. After drawing a number 15 seed on Selection Sunday, the team flew to Minnesota for their much-anticipated first-round matchup against Tom Izzo and the Michigan State Spartans. The game marked RMU's first NCAA tournament appearance since 1992, and the experience is something that the players, coaches, and university will never forget. Well, the men's basketball team certainly had more than a few top plays on their way to the NCAA tournament, but how do those stack up against the top plays made by other RMU teams? Forget the top 5 plays of the week. It's the top 5 plays of the year in our Fave 5 coming up next.
Colonial Sports Center, we train terribly hard in order to provide you with the best show possible. Sports Center. You ready? Here at Colonial Sports Center, we cover multiple Division I NCAA sports like football, lacrosse, rowing, and ping pong. Sports Center. You ready? Here at Colonial Sports Center, we train terribly hard in order to provide you with the best show possible. You ready?
It's everybody's favorite time of the week, the Fave 5. So let's start with number 5. And there you see Taylor Caprosa right there with that goal. But what this is 21 goals scored by the men's lacrosse team, a new school record. What an incredible game that was.
New records, always eventful, transpiring. And here is Bob DiGregorio.
Number 4, Bobby Orr.
That's true. Atlantic Hockey Commissioner saying, come on, Colonials, you can join us in our nice new conference.
Number 3, she's number 3 in your programs and number 3 on the Fave 5. It's Miss Sade Logan, or as it says there, Miss 1,000 points in her career here as a Lady Colonial. One heck of a basketball player.
Absolutely. Number 2, Brianne McLaughlin, making saves, and for a slight change of pace, even more saves. Mickey Mouse approves, ha-ha! And Bree McLaughlin will go down as one of the greats, needless to say.
And number 1, if it was anything else, I'd have to hurt our new producer. NEC Championship, there's Dallas Green making the historical shot, like Justin Downs said earlier. One of the greatest seasons in the history of this school. And here, you take a look here, colonialsportscenter.com. You got to take a look at this one. You got Prime Cuts Theater, RMU Tonight, RMU Live, Colonial Sports Radio, and of course, Campus Stories. You can get all of your RMU TV programming right there on the website. It's a great site. You have to go look at it.
And what a great use of technology. RMU-TV on Tuesdays, it will be RMU Live from 5:30 to 5:50. RMU Tonight on 8 to 8:30, and we occasionally make a guest appearance on that latter show.
Yeah, and then on Thursday, you have RMU Live, 5:30 to 5:50, and this show right here, Colonial Sports Center, 9:30 to 10.
Now, just keep that in mind for next semester because, well, Prime Cuts 11 to 12 on Friday, Colonial Sports Radio 4 to 5, because this will be the final week of shows for this semester, but next semester we will be back and hopefully better than ever.
Great show over there, Colonial Sports Radio, Ernie Bernard and Statman Carruthers.
Statman Carruthers carries it.
Oh,
he does.
Nothing like it.
Yeah.
But before we go here, we'd like to say goodbye to a few seniors that are leaving us. We have Cassie and Dewey and Todd and Scott Golmick all leaving us as seniors, and they've been a big part and instrumental in helping shape the work we do here, as there's 8 freshmen and 2 sophomores running this show tonight. So we thank them for all that they have done to helping make us ready to carry on this program in the future, Chris.
Yeah, after you said that comment about the freshmen, the 8 freshmen and the 2 sophomores, you said?
2 sophomores,
yeah.
Yes.
I think a couple of people might have said, explains a lot. But those people are not nice people.
It was Mickey Mouse.
Mickey Mouse.
Mickey Mouse approved that one. But, you know, can't say enough about these people, and it's just one heck of a production we do here in the Academic Media Center. If you're watching us now, we really appreciate it. We know some of you fans down in Brazil are going to be watching this one over at the colonialsportscenter.com. We appreciate every fan that watches this show, and we thank you for just taking the time to see the work we do here as students. And, you know, we're going to make mistakes sometimes, but it's a learning experience, and that's what the Academic Media Center is all about. So, Chris, you have anything else to add?
John Madden retired today from broadcasting, and I think that's a big thing that we need to mention because he and Pat Summerall formed quite possibly the greatest football announcing team in the history of football broadcasting. But you know what?
We're going to get out of here.
Yeah. For Chris Baginski, he's Ed Albert, Justin Downs, doing a great job
as well.
We'll see you all next semester. Goodbye. Ha ha.
Goodbye. Take care.